the sun is shining 24/7. Cause when we're together, it feels like we're in heaven. If it will get dark, you'll be my million stars. I know I can lean on you. Ooh, you catch me like a leaf falling from a tree. If I'll be a shooting star, you make a wish. No, I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table cause you're my everything. I do, I wanna marry you. Cause when you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day we spend apart, I wanna be with you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Love and Marriage with Tommy and Deborah. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Deborah.
And we are back again for episode 8. This is season 1, episode 8. And this is a Deep Freeze production by Vic Frost. Victor Frostberg. Frostberg Slim. Last episode, we spoke to y'all about a couple of things. We started out talking about my wife saying I look scared when I come on. And we kind of started out a little funny. And then we started talking about having friends of the opposite sex. And then we started talking about me buying shoes and stuff coming to the house. And then we ended up kind of a serious note. We talked about her father. When Deborah and I got married, I was 25, she was 23. And her father died less than 3 years into our marriage. And Deborah was pregnant with our first child. So I guess we want to kind of try to segue into a little bit more serious topics, like what is marriage, and are people really still doing marriage? Like people tell us all the time, it's good that y'all been married so long, and it's like we know people that have been married for a while, but it seems like marriage is not such a big thing anymore, and younger people are getting married later, and people that have been married for a long time seems like they're calling it quits. So why are we still here? What would you say the reason is? Why are we still here?
Because if I don't stay with you, who's going to be with you?
It's like that. It's like that, huh? It's like that.
No, it's like
Poor me.
There's love there, like we talked about earlier. You know, you have to first be friends. Mm-hmm. You know, and if you have a best friend, you're gonna what?
I was thinking about last night when we was laughing.
I tell you.
Oh, you
go on.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
finished. I'm finished.
No, go ahead.
I'm finished. Go ahead.
No, please go ahead. Go on.
Go ahead. I'm finished.
Okay. No, it just when she said you have to be friends, it made me think about last night. I'm gonna just go to this and we'll go back, okay? We went out to eat yesterday at Olive Garden, and when I was paying the bill, they have the little kiosk and they have like games on there and stuff, right? And they had a question up there. They had this picture of this cat, and I was looking at it while I was paying for the bill, and it was facing me and she couldn't see it, and I asked her. I said, answer this question. It says, calico cats are all what? Male, female, lucky, and something else. And you said, you just sat there and looked at me. Mm-hmm. And I said, did you hear me? And she said, what?
I said, say it again. What did you say?
I said, calico cats are this, or this. What's the right answer?
You said calico.
Oh, did I say calico?
You said calico cats.
Oh yeah, calico. Yeah, but see, that tells me I don't know which. I said calico because I saw the word and I pronounced it out calico. But she says calico. She said, "Do you mean calico?" I didn't know that word. I never heard of a
calico cat.
So calico is wrong.
Calico is wrong.
Yeah. So anyway, we talked about that last night and that made me laugh. But back to what were we saying? You know, I'm old, help me.
You was talking about love and marriage.
Yeah. What keeps us together? That's right. What it was. So go ahead.
I told you I was finished since you went on. Go ahead. I'm good.
You finished?
Yeah.
Okay. What keeps us together is, I will say this. what has kept us together. And Deborah asked me this morning. She said, would you say love is more, or marriage and love and marriage is more like a garden or a puzzle? And I said, a puzzle. I said, because I can't even equate it to a garden. I can't see how I can relate marriage to a garden. And then you said what?
I said I would relate it to a garden, because with a garden, you plant the seeds, you get married.
Seeds, number one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you have to work that garden once it started coming up, because you have the weeds, you have everything in there that's trying to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but you have to water it. If you don't water it, it will die.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the sun. So many things that you have coming against you. But if you take care of your garden, it will last.
Well,
and it produce fruit.
Yeah.
Or vegetables,
Fruit. Fruit is the girls and vegetables is the boys.
Oh.
So we have one fruit and two vegetables.
But like that's how it is with marriage.
Yeah.
You have to take care of it. You just can't get married and just we're married. Just and not work at it. It is work. I tell anybody, it's work.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you say, those and when she told me all those things, I didn't think of any of that. But all of that is true. You have to be able to make sure you don't have no weeds in your garden. Water it. Water is nurturing it. Like we've been married 34 years, and I'll say this. I'm be honest right now. We like I've been lying the whole time. No, but we even now supposed to haven't done it lately. We used to have date night every Tuesday. Mm-hmm. We haven't been doing it lately, but, and then this is in my mind, I don't know if you know this, but we have a couple things coming up where we're going places and doing some things. Because we haven't had date night, I feel like me personally, I definitely need to step up my romance game with her. And she's been a little bit under the weather for a few days, so I had an excuse not to do date night. But I think that as far as keeping that spark alive, you have to keep doing things that you used to do. I mean, you're not going to feel 25. You're not going to always want to do what you did when you were 25. But you got to do things that interest both of you. You have to do things that are fun. You can't just stick. If you get, like, even with the date night, at one point, I think the reason we didn't keep doing it is because it got to be routine. Because all we was doing was going out to eat.
Going out to eat.
Yeah, we're going out to eat. That date night is, we got to eat, so we're going out.
Yeah.
This is date night. No. So I have to spice it up. And so sometimes you can do other things. You can go skating. You can go bowling. We went to that candle place, remember?
Yeah. Or either, what is that place called where you have to figure out the clues?
Oh, where they lock you in a room.
Yeah.
And you have to be a detective.
I can't remember the name of it.
Escape room.
Escape room,
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah,
we did that twice.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of things. And even when you're trying to think of things to do, I mean, if they're at work or they're out, get you a blanket, lay it on the floor, get you some candles. I mean, you can do a lot of things. You don't necessarily have to go somewhere all the time. Mm-hmm. You can be very,
creative.
Creative. Or even we have a massage table. Set the massage table up and
you telling them that, girl.
Get the massage table, put it up, and warm your oils like they do, and
then do what? Okay. Slap it on me.
Uh-huh.
Or I slap it on you. Yeah.
And then have the music. You can get the what is it called?
And look,
the music, spa music. You can have that playing.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is too, just so to be correct, we don't have a massage table.
Yes, we do.
That belongs to our daughter.
It's ours. It's been at our house. How long?
That belongs to our daughter.
Yeah.
And I know when she watching this, she like, y'all got a massage table? Where y'all get that from?
After how many months? It's ours.
3, and it's been there.
It's been longer than 3
months.
months.
I say after 3 months,
oh,
it's
okay.
out. It's been there for over a year, maybe 2 years. But anyway, yeah, you have to do things that are creative. I can remember some good times that we had.
Yeah.
Coming home from work tired. Anyway, let me get my mind right. But another thing too, what has kept us together really, amidst all of the good and bad. Like you can't be with somebody 34 years. You can't be with somebody a year and not have a little good and bad. And I'll tell you this. I think that the one thing that you have to remember, number one for us, is God first. You know, keeping God first is what keeps us together. Because I'll tell you this, in our most trying times, I had to go to God, or she would have to go to God even before we come to each other. It's like, God, help me. What do I do? What do I say? You know, everybody can relate to this. You come home from work, or you just home watching TV or something, and then you and your wife having a conversation, and then you say something. Most times it's us, the guy. We say something crazy and make her mad. And then and you know what most guys are thinking in that moment? I don't know if women know this, but most guys are thinking in that moment. You say something that you think is a good thing.
They said, don't speak for them.
No, I bet you guys will comment on this.
Go ahead.
You say something that you think is a good thing, and you're trying to just get some understanding on something, and it goes left. And the first thing that comes to my mind, I'll just speak for me, is I'm sitting there saying, Lord, how did we get here? How did we get here? You know? And a lot of times in those moments, especially if you make your spouse super upset, and at those moments, she may not want to hear from you at all. It's like, I have to sit back, and a lot of times you want to say so many things. Sometimes you just have to be quiet, give her time, and then try to come back and talk about it later. You know, I think the mistake that I have made many times is I need resolution when things go bad. And I think for her, tell me if I'm wrong, she can't always talk about it right in the moment. You have to wait until, I guess I don't know what you're doing. Are you marinating over it or thinking about it, or, why is that? Tell me. Like when we have like an argument and I want to talk about it, and you're like, you don't want to talk about it now? What
Give me some time to think about what transpired, And a lot of times when we do get in those situations, we need to step back and check ourselves. That's number one. I had to learn that. You check yourself. Okay, where was I wrong? And a lot of times we always point our finger.
You check yourself?
A lot of times we would want to point at the other finger, but sometimes we need to look within. Okay, what did I do or what did I say that was wrong?
Yeah, that's a good point, because in the moments that I really want to keep talking about it, I am going back over my head. Did I say this the wrong way? Did I say this in a way that's hurtful to her? I guess I am checking myself. What is that? I am. I'm checking.
You just talking.
No, I'm checking.
Off the dome, as they say. You just be talking.
I'm checking myself. I have to check You think I'm checking myself?
And then, too, once you check yourself, are you big enough to say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yeah.
You have to get to the point to say, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Or, and sometimes it's when we say something to you, you hear something totally different, and you have to go through that.
Yeah, but the thing is too, when you, this is another thing to be prepared for. If you tell that person, especially if you're the one who supposedly committed the infraction, and you come back and say, I was wrong, I'm sorry, just because you tell them that, they may not get over it immediately. Don't expect it. Okay, now it's back to all lovey-dovey. They still may need time to process it and to decompress, right?
This is true.
Yeah. So I just think you have to talk about everything. You have to be open. And I tell you, having hard conversations is not easy, especially for me. I've always told my kids and my wife, I just want peace in my house,
Everybody want that.
Yeah, but everybody don't say it, and they don't act like it. They talk crazy, and then in their mind they may say they want peace, but I think speaking it out loud is, I want it to be known that that's what if you can't have peace at home, where can you have peace at? You know, because people are out here in the world. The world is mean. You know, like you driving somebody trying to get over whatever. You know, people don't always let you over. Sometimes they're just mean. So I just feel like being at home is my place of refuge, and it should be. And a lot of times in marriage, people's homes are chaotic.
This is true.
And just so much going on. And then when you have kids, they're hearing this, and that becomes normal to them, and they grow up and repeat it. You know, like having a chaotic house, it's not good for the adults in the house or the children in the house, and especially the children, because they're just looking, and they're supposed to be learning from us, and what are we teaching them? You know?
Yeah. But going back to what you were saying as far as the garden and the puzzle, you didn't talk about the puzzle. With the puzzle, referring to it as being with the marriage, you know, if the pieces don't fit together, a lot of times people put it up there and try to bang it on there and make it fit. But you have to keep on trying. Yeah. Whatever you do, you keep on trying. You don't give up. Yeah. You know, even though one person might want to give up, you just can't give up. You just give it time. Yeah,
and it's just marriage takes work, and not just work. It takes a commitment first. It takes a commitment, I think, to God, and a commitment to each other. And marriage, people say marriage is 50-50. It's really not 50-50. It's 100-100.
Right.
We both give 100%. And the marriage is also a triangle. It's God at the top. And people have heard this before. This ain't nothing new. God at the top and us two at the bottom. You know, it makes the triangle. And we're both looking to him, and then he brings us together.
Yeah, because I know I keep saying I got to the place where, well, it's true. I had to learn that a lot of times I can try to tell you things and you not hear me.
Go ahead.
So I had to learn. I just pray about it. And let God, that's your child.
Oh, you know what I thought you was gonna say? You say you try to tell me something. Oh, you got to hear from somebody else. You got to hear from.
Oh, that's that's. But I pray, and I was like, he's yours. Do this and this. He don't want to hear me, but he'll have to hear you guys.
But too, it is true though. Sometimes your spouse can tell you something over and over and over, and then you hear it from somebody else, and like, oh, and if ever I do that, then you say, oh, ain't that what I've been telling you? And it's true. Sometimes you do need to hear from somebody else. Maybe your mom, maybe your dad, maybe your friend. And now I don't know why that is, because I guess sometimes if we talking about the same thing over and over, we might tune each other out. Be honest, So, but anyway, we're gonna segue right quick into, it is almost Christmas time. How do you deal with the holidays and in-laws? If you live close enough where both, and we go ahead. We just happen to live close enough where her mom and my dad and mom are not too far. Her mom is closer than my parents, but how do you determine where you're going to go and what you're going to do for the holidays?
And not only that, I remember we were just married, and it was I don't remember what holiday it was, but we was going out to my mom's, and we went in there, in the kitchen and stuff, and now. We always said when we first got married that we're just going to do us, not going to, go by anyone else's pattern on how they
celebrate.
Not so much as celebrate, but as far as being married, what they did.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But anyway, we get there and.
At your mom's house?
And I go in there and I start fixing my plate, and I go and sit down, and my mom, she looks at me. She said, "You're not going to go fix this plate?" "No, ma'am." "You need to get up and go fix this plate." I was like, "Mom, we have an understanding. Yeah. He's gonna fix his plate, I
might not even been hungry yet.
Yeah. And then a little later, you came in and you fixed your plate. But the thing of it is, there are times when I would fix his plate or I will fix his plate. But as long as you two have that understanding, it's all good.
Yeah.
And I guess tradition, not so much as traditions, I guess, but in the past, the females, you would always fix the man's plate.
Right.
I grew up like that. My mom always fixed my dad's plate.
Right.
But as far as Tom and I, he got it,
Yeah, but you know what? Even though you say that, most times we go somewhere, you do fix my plate, and
Yeah.
I don't look for that. I don't ask for that. I don't take that for granted either. I just feel like, I don't know. It depends on where we are, whose house we're at. Like if it's somebody, usually wherever we are, we both know the people. Either, not just our parents. I mean, like friends. We're at their house, and sometimes, it's if your mom is there, because your mom is older now. Your mom is 90, and you'll get in line with 2 plates, and it'll be one for you and one for her, and that's totally understood. And then I'm in line behind you with my plate. It just, like you said, as long as y'all have a clear understanding,
Exactly.
it has never been a problem whether she fixed my plate or not. I know how to get to the food when I'm ready to eat it. You know what I'm saying? So, but some dudes, as me and my friends say, some dudes are Neanderthals. It's like they're gonna sit there, and a lot of times I ain't gonna say it,
but because
say-
that's what they've been taught,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's nothing wrong with it.
No, it's not,
wrong with
no.
it. But it's not. What I'm saying is, as long as you and your husband or your wife have an understanding, this is how we're going to do it. You don't allow someone else to say, no, you need to do it this way.
Right.
If that works for you, it works for you. And even like you were saying, when the holidays, come and the holidays are here, whose house do we go to?
Right.
You have to figure that out.
Yeah.
And what did we do? When we first got married, what did we do?
We took turns.
We took
We
turns.
took turns. We go to your parents' house, then we go to my parents. Every other year, we would do that.
Yeah.
And then,
And it worked out for us.
but how long? We kept that up for some years. But then, as time went on, it just depends on who was planning something. Like who came up with. Like there would be a thread, like with your family or my family. What we?
That's
more.
now.
It's more so with your family. What are we doing for Thanksgiving? Whose house we eating at or whatever. And so we would try to figure it out. So. It works out for it has worked out for us, and it's never been a problem.
And then you have kids.
Oh yeah.
So then
Yeah.
once you have children, do you go to either or? No, you stay home and you create your own memories. You create your own.
Well, not just that. Last year, was it last year? We had Thanksgiving at Tony's house. And this, as your kids get older, things change a little bit. Like when they're little, they all with you. But then as they get older, like 18, 19, 20, and then they move out, they start having girlfriends, boyfriends, and they want to do their own things. And then they want to go to their parents' house or their, you know what I mean? So sometimes Tony would go with his girlfriend to her parents' house, and Nikki would go with.
You're just putting their names all out there, but go ahead.
That's our kids. I ain't saying the boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yes, you did. No, you didn't. You didn't. Okay, my bad.
I'm being careful because I don't.
Okay.
I don't want them to have copyright infringement on me or whatever. But Nikki and go with her boyfriend to their house, but when they plant the one of the best Thanksgivings we had was last year. Usually we have everything at our house or somebody in your family's house or my family's house or whatever, and we all go. But this time the kids said they were gonna. When I say kids, they 30, 31, and 26. They said they were going to do Thanksgiving at Tony's house, and they were going to take care of everything. They cooked everything. Man, that food was so good. Everybody, man, I was like, we done. It's on y'all now. So, and so it just turned out to be great, and I loved it. So, but anyway, I think our time is about up. Do we have a final thought?
Yeah, create memories, traditions.
Your own tradition.
Yeah, your own traditions that you can carry on, or you can pass down to your children. Your marriage is not what I would say cookie cutter. It's not a cookie cutter.
Right.
It's not okay. If they did this, we got to do this, and we got to do it this way. You
make it what you want it to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Work with what works for you.
Right.
Right. So my husband like creamy potatoes. Mine's like chunky, but yeah, we're all different. Pick up a little piece that worked for you, out of each situation, and create, your own marriage. You know, yeah.
Yeah, and basically, you know, you got to realize when you're in a marriage that you're committed to each other, and that commitment has to be real, and you have to mean it, and you have to stand on it. And I mean, I guess the first thing is to know that I'm committed to you. That's it, you know? And so if you keep God first, and then...
Yeah, because I tell him about you all the time.
Is he listening, though?
Yes, he's listening.
Does he know you?
He's listening. He know me.
Okay.
He straightened you out fast, too.
Whatever. But anyway, y'all, that's it for this episode. This is episode 8, season 1, Love and Marriage with Tommy and Deborah. This is a Deep Freeze production by Vic Frost, and we are out. Peace.
Bye.
With you, the sun is shining 24/7. 'Cause when we're together, it feels like we're in heaven. If it will get dark, you'll be my